Hi everyone, this is Mehmood Sheikh, and from past few videos I have been working on tutorial series of operating system. In my last videos I have completed discussion on multiprogramming and time sharing systems. Okay, so now in this video we will make a comparison between both of these systems. Okay, so here I have listed down some points. With the help of these points we will try to understand what are the differences between these two systems. Okay, so now the first point in multiprogramming system is, in multiprogramming system the goal is to maximize throughput in order to make most efficient use of computer resources. So here in multiprogramming system the major goal is on to execute more and more processes at a given time. Okay, so that we can utilize our resources to the maximum extent. But in time sharing system their goal is to provide the good response to the user. Okay, so their goal is that user should interact with the system easily. Okay, user should not find any difficulties in interacting with the system. And second point is no room for user interaction with computer system. Okay, so in multi-programming system there will be very less interactivity between user and the system. But here in time sharing system, since the interaction is more and these systems are used for handling online data processing, okay, where multiple users can interact with the systems. Next, in multi-programming systems these systems are economically not feasible. Okay, since these systems are not user friendly, these systems are not providing user interaction, that's why they are not preferred by the users. But in time sharing systems, since these systems are user interactive, okay, these systems provide better response time with the users, that's why these systems are economically feasible, because various types of users can easily access these types of systems, that's why time sharing systems are economically feasible. Next, in multi-programming systems CPU idle time is minimized. In multi-programming system always there will be some processes available inside the main memory, that's why very less time CPU has to sit idle, because there will be always any process available in the main memory for the CPU to execute. Okay, in time sharing system no wastage of CPU time, no idle time of CPU. So now in time sharing system due to the preemptive scheduling of time sharing algorithm, CPU never sits idle. Even if the process wants to come out from the CPU, at that time also CPU will not sit idle. Okay, instead of sitting idle, it will move to the next process and execute that process. And time sharing systems provides mechanism for concurrent execution of jobs. Okay, so in time sharing systems CPU is so much efficient that it can execute multiple jobs or processes concurrently. Okay, in multi-programming systems, it follows non-preemptive scheduling. When CPU is busy in executing any process, it will never leave that process in middle. Okay, it will complete its execution and then only it will move to the next process. Okay, so that is non-preemptive scheduling. But time sharing system follows preemptive scheduling. It's exactly opposite to non-preemptive scheduling. Okay, so when CPU is executing any process, at that time if that process wants to come out from the CPU to fulfill the request of any input or output device, then it can be allowed. Then CPU will put that process on hold, that is on wait state, and loads the next process from the main memory. Okay, so that is what preemptive scheduling. Next, in multiprogramming systems jobs cannot be prioritized. Suppose there are 10 jobs in the main memory and jobs has to be executed in serial order, job 1 to job 10, and if job 7 wants to get executed before the job 1, then it's not possible. For job 7 to get executed it has to wait for the job 1 to job 6 gets executed inside the CPU. But in time sharing system we can set priority to any job. Suppose there is a high priority job in the main memory and who is waiting for getting execution inside the CPU, then in that case CPU will give the chance for that high priority job to get executed first. Okay, next, in multi-programming system, processes has to wait for longer period of time for execution inside CPU. Okay, so since in multi-programming systems there is no such concept of job prioritization, then each and every job has to wait inside the main memory for its turn. Okay, suppose there are 100 jobs, then all the 100 jobs has to wait in the main memory for their turn to get executed inside the CPU. But in time sharing system, every process will get the chance to execute inside CPU. Okay, in time sharing systems, processes don't have to wait for a longer period of time, because in time sharing systems how processes will get executed is each and every process will get equal span of time. Okay, and only that much period of time that process needs to get executed inside the CPU. Once that time span gets over, then processor will pick the second process from the main memory. Like this, each and every process will get executed for their given span of time. So in this way, each and every process will get a chance to get executed inside the CPU. So that's why here in time sharing system, although processes has to wait, but that waiting time will be lesser than the waiting time of processes in multi-programming. Okay. And last difference, no time limit for processes to get execute inside CPU. Okay, so as I have told you that in time sharing system we will be setting up some time slot. Okay, we used to assign some time span to each and every process. For that time span only, that process has to execute inside the CPU, and that feature is not available in multi-programming system. Multi-programming system don't provide that time limit for processes. CPU will not going to leave that process until it completes that process. Okay, but in time sharing system it's not like that. Okay, even if that process didn't get executed completely, and if the time span gets over, then CPU will leave that process on wait state and loads the next process from the main memory. Okay, so these are the some of the differences of multi-programming and time sharing systems. Okay, so I hope you understood each and every difference of multi-programming and time sharing system. Okay, so that's all for this video, guys. I hope you like this video. I hope you got some useful and valuable information out of this video. If you like this video, click on like button, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching.